Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click the bell icon at the top of the page to get notified when I post a new video. Please give this video a thumbs up. Universal Channeling. Channeling the Conscious Universe. Suzy Ward, channeling Matthew Ward, July 2, 2021. With loving greetings from all souls at this station, this is Matthew. Please ask Matthew to explain how simply by being, we are helping rid the world of darkness. We are happy to do this. It starts with the profound difference between reality and illusion, and we shall connect the dots that show how essential simply your being on Earth is in helping transform life there. When mainstream media consistently report evidence of a world in turmoil, it is not easy to think of that as illusion, happenings perceived as real but with no basis in reality. That doesn't mean no one is hurting, happy, or sad, mourning loss, confused, impatient, joyful about a birth, angry, or distressed, delightfully surprised or disappointed. Feelings are expressions of consciousness, and those aspects of consciousness are indeed reality. Reality is the harmonious coexistence of spiritual clarity and scientific principles of the universe. Reality also can be described this way: science and spirit are one and the same, the energy of Creator, source of everything in cosmic existence. Earth civilization, which still is predominantly third density, hasn't evolved in conscious awareness sufficiently to comprehend that truth. Consequently, the peoples are living in the world of illusion they themselves have created and believe is real. Belief is what creates each person's reality, what each accepts into his or her consciousness as factual. If an individual has no knowledge of something that does exist, that something cannot be in that person's reality. If someone does has information but doesn't believe it, then it is not true, not real, for that individual. When a person believes something that exists only in his or her mind, that is reality to that individual. Let us continue by speaking about third-density beliefs that have created a world of illusion on the planet for millennia. The common belief is that each individual is a combination of personality, characteristics, intelligence, talents, interests, ideas, accomplishments and so forth, and each has, or, depending on one's belief, may not have, a soul. It is not within most people's reality that each being is a soul, an eternally independent yet inseparable part of the supreme being of this universe and all other souls in this universe, and, as souls, they are the pure essence of Creator's love-light energy. They cannot perceive themselves as multidimensional members of the universe's intergalactic family with innate abilities often ascribed to admirable characters in science fiction stories and TV series. Most of Earth's civilization cannot imagine that prior to birth, they made contracts in which they chose specific experiencing to balance previous experiencing in hundreds, maybe thousands of lifetimes that are happening simultaneously at different locations in the timeless continuum. They cannot imagine being one of numerous souls that chose to share this lifetime to offer each other circumstances that can enable all of them to evolve. Thus, the majority believe the illusion that when this lifetime ends, they go wherever judgment sends them forevermore. By living in the illusion that they have no control over what happens, they see themselves and others as victims or victors, winners or losers, having good luck or bad. They see occasional coincidences because they don't recognize happenings as synchronous steps in a universal process that keeps opening doors of opportunity that are aligned with choices and soul contracts. How could they, when soul contracts aren't within their reality? While Earth's populace may not condone treating animals inhumanely or scarifying lands, polluting waters and otherwise destroying the environment, most don't believe that affects them personally. The reality is, animals are souls with a wide range of emotions and intelligence just as people do. Gaia's planetary body is a sentient being, and so is everything composing the natural environment. Cruelty to, and destruction of any part of that integral system of sentient life produce low vibrations that adversely affect every life on Earth and beyond. Now let us speak about belief in the context of what is happening in the world today. That darkness is being brought to light so it can be vanquished and the foundation of Earth's golden age is being established are not a reality to those who have heard about it but don't believe it, and there can be no reality to those who have no idea what is transpiring. To most of the civilization, a world in turmoil, citizenry rebelling against leadership, infighting in governments, violence in the streets, droughts and flooding, national economies and personal finances ravaged by the COVID scourge, is reality, and it's understandable that their thoughts and feelings are concentrated on those situations. The energy of those thoughts and feelings in the collective consciousness determines activity in Earth's energy field of potential, which is a reflection of everything happening on the planet. It's the reverse of as above, so below. That universal law goes hand in hand with the law of attraction that also is in constant motion. Whatever energy shoots up from the planet is drawn to situations with matching energy, and those come back to Earth. Her human residents are perpetuating the world of illusion that a long, long ago civilization manifested. You, dear brothers and sisters, volunteered to help the peoples break that cycle. Let us liken this to an ancient play in which everyone on the planet was in the cast. The actors, scriptwriters and production managers changed as generations went by, and stage props changed too, in keeping with the times, but the plot stayed the same. Throughout the millennia the play continued running. The writers and managers cleverly controlled the scenarios so the cast slumbered in the illusion that the play was life's reality. You knew better because you viewed parts of the play from your worlds. You knew too, everyone could awaken by absorbing light, but by following the script they had been given, all the actors lived in a world of darkness. Out of love for those members of the universal family, you went to live among them and be the light they needed to move out of third density's illusion. You knew you could help them because you were the light, the pure essence of Creator's love light energy. You know that about yourselves, they don't know that about themselves. So there you are, on the world stage with a new script about the light winning the ages-old conflict between the light and dark forces. The writers and managers, who know light is their undoing, scatter, but the cast remains. Simply by your being in their midst, the vibrations of your love light energy flow out and touch them. As the actors waken, they become beacons of light and a force for godliness, and that, dear ones, is how essential you are in helping to transform life on Earth. The more thoughts and feelings are focused on love, peace and harmony, the more quickly the population's illusion of a world in turmoil will end. The effectiveness of collectively directing energy toward a light-filled world is inestimable. Envision a world of peoples caring for and about each other, a world where resources are equally shared and there is abundance for all. Imagine Earth restored to the paradise she once was, and help Gaia's humankind make this their reality. From the beginning of creation, love light energy has been the only source of building materials for everything from a petunia to a planet, and because all materials are love light, it is far easier to create beauty and harmony than to create turmoil, suffering and disease. Distorting the materials to manifest anything based in darkness goes against the urging from the soul to use them within godly intent. Conscience, the inner voice, gives guidance as clear as flashing neon signs, and listening to and heeding that guidance is personal ascension, the return journey to everyone's beginnings in Creator. Now then, a number of you have written about several individuals you heard are clones, or are going to be cloned. That is someone's fanciful thinking. The purpose of cloning is to provide continuity in an influential position, and since Illuminati controlled the laboratories and decided whom they wanted to clone, very, very few persons have been. In some cases, individuals who refused to take part in a dark agenda were forcibly cloned, then killed. The process uses a person's cellular tissue to produce infants that are quickly aged until the clone appears identical to the individual. Then information in the person's brain is downloaded to the clone's brain in the same way data is transferred from one computer to another. That most intricate procedure of the process is done just prior to the clone going public, and it will seem that the person didn't skip a beat in handling leadership responsibilities. A comprehensive explanation of the cloning process is an October 12, 2016 message. Cloning laboratories were closed down about 3 years ago in linear time. The Illuminati were decidedly distressed, but that was one of the rare situations wherein their power was worthless. When the scientific expertise required to download information from a person's brain to a clone, or from a clone to its successor no longer is available, there is no alternative means whereby the process can be continued. Although body doubles, or lookalikes, have replaced some persons who were assassinated or died of natural causes, differences from the person's appearance and voice are detectable, and while holograms are an identical likeness, the technology is not widely available so public appearances are rare. The nefarious reason for deceiving the peoples won't continue a great deal longer, and as far as we know, lightworkers in positions of influence intend to disclose information about cloned individuals and impersonators in conjunction with related revelations. I heard the Dark Ones are planning a fake ET invasion. Is there any truth to that? What is true is, producing an ET invasion has been on the Illuminati agenda for many years as a last resort to attaining world domination. The plan is that mainstream media would continuously air the terrorized public as military forces fight the extraterrestrials. After the invaders are killed, the Illuminati would easily enforce measures to assure everyone's safety in case of another invasion attempt. The measures would render the peoples helpless as the Illuminati carried out their intention to systematically annihilate most and enslave the rest. The original plan had the little Greys surfacing after decades of living underground, but they refused to participate in that dark deception, so the plan was changed to handle the invasion by hologram. Some top-ranking Illuminati may still have in mind doing that, but their control of technological resources is tenuous. If they try anyway, members of the extraterrestrial special forces, whose many services on your behalf have been invaluable, would make sure the invasion would be marvelous entertainment instead of what the Dark Ones have in mind. Beloved family, you are living in a time that is unique in the history of the planet, unique in the history of this universe. When your Earth journey comes to a close, you can watch this air like an exciting movie and feel ever so grateful that you were privileged to be an important part of it. All light beings in this universe support you with unconditional love. Love and peace. Suzanne Ward. Website, The Matthew Books. Email, Suzy@MatthewBooks.com. Please send all questions and comments to Suzy@MatthewBooks.com. All messages from December 2003 to date are archived on www.matthewbooks.com.